So when we actually made it out of this weird situations that we were in, and we're on our way to a different part of the country, we were just going down this road and saw this sign for 500-year-old tree. And it was like, pull off, right? Like, how cool, 500-year-old tree. I wonder what it looks like. And it was like literally like a piece of wood, half chueca, se dice en español, like crooked, handwritten 500-year-old tree. So we went to check it out, and it was this long hill that we had to walk up, and the howler monkeys were roaring, and we get to the top, and it's this incredible, enormous tree, which many of you have probably seen. Actually, it's a ceiba tree. I think this is actually the same tree. This table is from the same tree that we found the Bee Orchid on. You can't even, put 10 of us in our arms around it, and maybe we'll go around the whole perimeter of the tree. And this orchid was growing inside the tree. It was insane. The weirdest, wildest thing I've ever seen. Collected the flower, had a conversation with a woman out there about snakes, poisonous snakes, and how do they let their children just sort of like play outside, knowing that in the dry leaves and stuff that there could be really poisonous snakes. She just basically said, we don't let them play in dry leaves. Very commonsensical. But I thought, wow, that adds like this whole other element of watching your kids, that you have to get used to. Speaking of safety. So we collected this flower, and then I'm pretty sure and I can't remember if I had the materials or not, but we wanted to come back down the hill, and so we had the bowl of flowers, came all the way back down this long hill, down to where the car was, and I think maybe we had thought, maybe we'll find some other wild orchids, and we saw some incredible wild orchids, but there was too much jungly brush, and we would have had to risk finding snakes. So we just let it go. And then we just let this bowl infuse with the flower essence, and we waited, and I took my notes, and then suddenly it's like that feeling when your hair stands up on your back, like you're being watched, and you're looking around, no one here, but the hair is on your back and you feel like you're being watched. And both Taylor and I were like, okay, that's time to go. It's just like such an odd phenomenon, right? Not typical necessarily, but also very indicative of some of the elements of these crazy flowers that we find in Costa Rica and what they can help us with on the inside. So we burned out of there, and after wrapped everything up, and we went on our way, and we ended up doing that same follow where your heart wants to go. Oh, handwritten sign, 500-year-old tree, stop. And then we saw another handwritten sign in a town that we came to, was like chocolate, kombucha, and something else. Yeah, let's go there. So we ended up walking into this cute little store that had all these amazing, organic, natural health food type things, and tons of different forms of dark chocolate, and this substance that the fellow who was running the store called the local crack or something. It was just the most divine chocolate experience. And so this fellow who ran the store was a total sweetheart, and we befriended him. His name was Christian. And he took us out into the back of his shop where he had a garden, and he was growing medicinal herbs, and he let us smell things and taste things. He made a coca leaf tea for us. And he showed us this whole sort of apothecary in his backyard of medicinal plants that are native to Costa Rica that we'd never heard some of the names of even before. So that was a beautiful experience, and we ended up just press record because he was telling us so many amazing things. We shot a video, we turned it into a podcast, and we'll link that for you so you can check it out. And later, Christian told us, he shared with us a long time after that he had been having this really rough time personally, and was just feeling really conflicted and like really doubting himself and just like super like bottom of the barrel miserable, like what am I doing? And then we showed up and then we sat down and we had this wonderful conversation, and it's like his whole kind of life and perspective changed and turned around. And I would say, you know, something similar for us in the sense that we just came out of this like weird deep jungle, are we going to survive or be abducted in the middle of nowhere kind of feeling, to like, wow, somebody who totally understands us, who's totally on the same page, who is native to Costa Rica, but like we could be brothers. We're so like compatible and aligned and on the same page, spiritually, energetically, mentally, emotionally, healing wise, everything. So it was this sort of beautiful juxtaposition of and then wow, how amazing, like in a place where you simultaneously feel like something really bad could happen to you, but also then meeting someone, you know, who just appears miraculously. Like I'm sure he feels like we appeared like miracles in his life, like out of nowhere, off the street, and we were like instant sisters. And we felt the same way about him, just like an instant brother. And so really being able to like see yourself in the other person in that way. So that's where the Bee Orchid comes in, of this kind of being open to moving through experiences that have discomfort and really just continuing to follow what pulls you, and allowing that to lead you to the next experience in which you may find a connection with someone, or be able to find yourself reflected in them, or find a kindred spirit, or not feel so lonely, or see someone that's in your life already, but see sort of a new side of them or a new way that you can connect. So the question for this week is, what are you noticing that's slightly fresh or unique about your connections with others? Which relationships are surprising you, and which experiences with other human beings are surprising you or are fresh in some way?